What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And first off, I do want to apologize for last week that I didn't get a video out. I was just really busy, didn't have time to film over the weekend, so last week's content, unfortunately, I didn't have any. But today, guys, we're going to be taking Onyx and going up to the shop, and we're going to be telling you guys how to do some plug reading today for Nitrous. It's not very hard to do. It's pretty simple, and you can even do this plug reading on a naturally aspirated engine. So what we're going to do is go up to the shop, probably do a new plug on number one like I usually do when I do Nitrous hits, and show you guys how to read the plugs. Like I say, it's not very difficult, so let's get up to the shop and see if we can figure it out. All right, old dude, you ready to get up to the shop? That would be a yes. Hey guys, I bet you $5 that Ryan's gonna say something about the time I got here, about what time I got here. I guarantee he's gonna say, man, you're always late. Or he'll say, man, I'm always waiting on you, something like that.
I didn't hear you pull in.
I pulled over there.
I still didn't hear you pull in. Usually I hear your car downshift.
I didn't downshift.
Maybe it's just slow.
It's not slow. All right, well, I lost the bet. He didn't say anything about it. I told them, I was like, I guarantee you when I get here, he's gonna say something about how long it took me to get here.
I'm used to it.
He's used to it by now. So as you guys can see, we actually got Ryan's car fired up and it is running. We still got to do some stuff to it. We just wanted to hear what the blower sounds like with just the belt on it. Like I say, the intercooler and stuff isn't hooked up, but we got to take and run his fuel system. We also got to run, what else we got to do? Hook up his fuel pump. Is that dual 400s or something like that, I believe? I think it's something like that. I can't remember, but I know only like one person makes a fuel pump for his GTO. But I'm gonna pull Onyx in the shop. I got a few things that I got to do to it, and I also got some new tires as well. And I'll show you guys the reason why here in a second, because these tires are bald. All right, so we got Onyx in the shop, and I do want to show you the reason why we're getting some new tires, or I got new tires, is because these are pretty much done for. And like I say, this is a Nitto NT555R. And this is a Nitto NT555R2. And as you can tell, much better tread than what's on there now. So these should definitely hook a little better and last a little while. I drive on these a little bit more, probably go make a few more passes and stuff on them. But honestly, the start of drag season, I really just want to take and just have a good tire to start with. That way I have a good starting point. And whenever you go to launch a car at the drag strip, I don't really just, you know, drop the clutch. I ride the clutch out because, like I say, I still have the stock T5 and got a better tire on it now. So it's really, you just got to be easy on the T5, and I'm just going to try to get it by for right now until I can afford another transmission. I know I was going to go with the T56 swap that my buddy Taylor had, the guy with the blue New Edge Mustang, but unfortunately some stuff came up. I had to pay some bills that I didn't know were gonna be happening. So yeah, that took all my money for the transmission. Just, you know, life happens, no big deal. I'll save up, get another trans. And of course he sold his, which I told him. I was like, don't hang on to it, like don't wait on me. If you can sell it to somebody, sell it. Also, if you guys hadn't checked out Blue Edge Mock on YouTube, be sure to go over to his channel, check him out. He's got some really good content, got some good drag content on there as well. And hopefully this year we'll be able to be at the track together more and do some more drag videos, because that's kind of what I'm gonna start doing with Onyx, is more drag stuff. Hence the drag pack setup. That's the reason why I went with it. So with all that being said, let's get into the plug reading part of the video. So what I'm gonna do is take and put a new plug in Onyx, get my bottle temperature up. The bottle is almost out, but it should have enough nitrous in it to do at least a little 300-foot hit or something like that. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll see you in the next clip. All right, guys, so nobody actually has a spark plug or a 5238 NGK like I normally use, so I took the one out of number one and I just cleaned it up really good. So what I'm gonna do is take and use this plug to show you how to read the timing mark on the strap, and I actually have another plug that I have cut open before to show you the fire ring and stuff like that. I've had the bottle warmer on for a while. It's probably not going to get to a crazy amount of temperature or pressure because it's very low. So we're gonna go try to make a hit, and when I get back to the shop, I'll show you guys how to read timing mark and also fuel ring or fire ring. And like I say, these are my driving around and nitrous plugs, so like I say, they do get a little bit more sooty. Let's say you want to learn how to read plugs on a naturally aspirated build, just an NA build. You can read timing marks, you can read fuel marks as well. The best thing to do is actually take and sand the cadmium off of the plug first, and I've noticed that NGKs are a lot easier to read than other plugs like Autolite and Bosch and other ones like that. I like the NGKs the best. But yeah, what you'll do, you'll take some light sandpaper, sand off that cadmium that is on the plug. If not, it does turn it a whitish color or a yellowish whitish color whenever you're on nitrous. NA stuff, you can read it, but it's not quite as easy to read. So like I say, just take some real fine sandpaper or a wire brush or something and just kind of scuff it off. That way you can read the timing marks easier. I'll show you whenever we get back, so let's go. Alright, let's go ahead and open the bottle. Bottle is open. Now I hope it starts. Dang it! I left the bottle heater on too long. The battery's dead. 1 second. Okay, round 2. I literally had the bottle heater on for over an hour, so that lets you know how long you can leave it on. And your battery will eventually die, of course, but my battery is really old. It's from like 2017, so it probably needs a battery anyway. Got the bottle open, just do a little quick purge. I'll be back. Alright guys, so we only got 800 pounds of bottle pressure, because like I said, the bottle's really close to being empty, so it's hard to get good pressure out of it. But I'm gonna go try to make a little 300-foot hit, a little third gear pull or something like that. Roll my windows up, it's kind of chilly. I'm gonna probably be going maybe 5 minutes, so the timing mark reading should be pretty good. I know you want as little idle time as possible on the plugs, so you get a good reading on the timing mark and the fuel stuff. Like I say, I gotta let it warm up a little bit. Then I gotta go make a hit and try to make it back to the shop. I'm not gonna go far from the shop, so it still should have a pretty good little reading. Roll my windows up so you guys can get a good exhaust note. It's probably gonna be really rich too, because a lot of times whenever your bottle pressure is low, the richness of the fuel mixture and the nitrous mixture goes up, well, down. So instead of running 12s like it normally runs, it'll probably be in the 11s, which isn't bad. But if it shows like, if it's really rich, if it goes into like the 10s, I'll probably lift, because that's too rich. And you can hurt a nitrous motor being too rich as easily as it being too lean. All right, everything's armed. Find me a good spot in the middle of Mexico to make this little pull here. All right, here we go, let's see. It was right there at the 10s. It was at 11.1. All right, we pulled back up to the shop, kill it. And we'll show you guys the plug here. That's also what you want to try to do. Kill the motor as quick as possible. That way you get a good reading. Let's go see what it says. All right guys, so we made it back, and actually the plug that was, I took 2 plugs out just to see. You couldn't really see the timing mark on the number 1 cylinder as good as the 2nd cylinder. So let me show you what you want to look for when you're looking for timing on nitrous, even on really a naturally aspirated motor as well. So I don't know how well you guys can see. I'm gonna try to get as good of an image as I can. Tell you what, I'm gonna grab my other camera. All right guys, so what I'm gonna show you, yes, I know this plug is like super rich, but it's because that last nitrous pull, literally it was in at 11.1, 10.9. And that's super duper rich, way too rich for really my liking, but I wasn't too worried about it. Like I say, it still performed pretty good. All right, so you guys see this color change here? You see how it's kind of like sort of brownish colored? So this line right here where it changes color, right there. So this, from the tip of the strap to this line, is your timing mark. And on mine, that's actually really good. That's pretty much the optimal range for a timing mark. You don't want it down at the base of this strap here. You want it up on top of it, or you know, maybe in the middle of the curve of the strap is fine. You definitely don't want it to be down here at the base. Like if you don't see a timing mark at all, either you don't have enough timing or you have too much. So the way I usually try to tell if I have too much or not enough, I pull more timing to start with, just to be safe. And if the timing mark still doesn't show up, then I start adding. So on mine, I just sort of guesstimated. I just put it at 24 degrees of timing, and it turned out to be pretty good on the 150 shot. But yeah guys, I know it's out of focus, but that's how you read timing. All right, so now we're gonna read your fueling and see how your fuel mixture is on nitrous. So this is a nitrous plug that I made probably a 300 or 400 foot hit on. And as you guys can see, if you can see this fire ring right here down on the base of this little base on the porcelain here, usually, you know, you have threads here, and then this is your diode or your tip of the porcelain, and of course the diode there. But so what you're looking for is the fire ring, and as you can tell, you can see the fire ring on this one is right here, and then the rest of the porcelain's kind of whitish colored. So that is your fire ring. You want this fire ring to be as close to the base right here as possible for your storage condition, or as, you know, for a good fuel mixture inside the cylinder. And this is how you tell what is actually going on inside the cylinder. Don't get me wrong, an airflow ratio gauge does a lot of work for you, but it's really good on nitrous cars and turbo cars. Anything really boosted or forced induction is to take the plug out, cut it open, and see what that fire ring looks like after, you know, a 300 or 400 foot hit. Shut it down and then see what the plugs look like. So this is actually pretty good. It is a tad bit rich. It's a little bit higher up on the plug than I normally would like, but it's not too bad. It's definitely safe and in the safe margin. So, and you can tell it kind of fades to white. It doesn't really go just strictly to white from the fire ring right there. So like I say, just a little bit rich, nothing terrible. So that's how you read a fire ring, guys. It's really not that difficult. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. I really hope that helped you out as far as reading plugs, and even on nitrous or a boosted application or a NA application, it's all pretty much the same. Just look for your timing marks, you look for your fire ring in the porcelain, and you do not have to cut the plug open to see it, but it is easier to get a plug and cut it open. That way you can see it. That way you can read it the best. But we got other videos coming out on Onyx here, so if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with all the videos that'll be coming out on Onyx. Some of the other projects we got going on, like the GTO here, supercharging it. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. And until next time, as for me and Onyx, we're out.